a rivalry between first responder groups. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, I think a lot of times it's like you're supposed to be doing the Lord's work, but they forget it's like people are people at the end of the day. So you're going to have human instincts of jealousy and spite and sexual tension.
Autofocus off. Autofocus off. That's an autofocus off. Come down to Bill Dwyer's Kia.
Have you seen those Subway interviews the guy does where he puts the microphone, he puts like the lav mic on the MTA card or whatever it's called, and then it'll be like, "What's your take?" And then someone will be like, bagels should be eaten in the evening or something like that. And then it'll be "Oh, strongly agree." I had an idea for a sketch. You might be able to help me with it where you're just like, "What's your take?" And I go, "I'm going to kill me and my whole family."
Strongly agree.
Yeah. That's what I want the sketch to be. I know, but I want you
you could do that.
Because the guy, no shade on the guy.
I would.
No shade on the guy. I'm sure he's a whatever, cool guy, whatever. That's what you're supposed to say. I don't care. I don't ever.
I love everybody in comedy and everyone I've ever met in entertainment ever.
Oh, yeah, no. I've seen his material, but I'm sure he's a cool guy.
Cool guy.
I literally don't know him. He literally might be a cool guy. I don't know. But no, he always has he's always one of those guys who's like, yeah, I'm 55. That doesn't mean I can't dress like a 13-year-old. And he'll always be wearing fucking, I don't know, just fucking skateboarder guy glasses.
Oh, yeah.
And he'll have his hair will be floofed up. And it's never just strongly agree. He'll just be like, strongly agree. It's almost like he's Jack Black yelling chicken jockey.
Oh man, we made it. We
finally
did it. We beat the machines.
Yes.
We're here. We're queer. You don't have to get used to it.
Get Jews to it.
You know, honestly, I think that's the thing.
You're queer?
That's the funniest thing, is the fact that when they go, get used to it, and everybody's like, no. It's literally one of the things they you don't have to, but it's just the fact that you ask so rudely. It's one of those things of we're here, we're queer. Oh, cool, that's all right, man. Yeah. And they're just get used to it. You're like, whoa.
Yeah.
No.
That's the part I've always never understood about the disenfranchised group.
Yeah.
Where they're like, please, just give us the same rights everyone has. You fucking little dick bitches. Yeah. And you're like, wait. Are you all about to die?
Yeah.
That's the energy people always have when they're in a disenfranchised group. Let me say this with my face and my 32-ounce styrofoam cup.
I'm drinking water.
Of Diet Kirk. No, but there will be trans people are always fighting for their life. But also, if you misgender me in a GameStop, I'll fucking destroy the whole place. Yeah. I go, I don't know how afraid of your life you are.
Yeah. I don't know where the intimidation actually.
Yes. It's not how someone. That seems like someone who's a protected class. That seems like how they act.
And they go well, no, it's not everybody. It's just some. It happens to some people, and you're like, yeah, that's crime. It's called crime. That's not a hate crime. It's crime. If it happens to if it's not happening to every single. Well, we've all experienced it. It's like when you ask a woman if they're like, who here has been sexually assaulted? They're all like this. And it's like, okay, that's terrible. Yeah. And then they're just like, who was actually physically assaulted? And it's just half the hands up. And you're like, wait a minute.
Who doesn't know?
Hold on a second.
Honestly, that's indicative. What you just said is indicative of my new complaint about my wife.
Uh-oh.
No,
she hates when I sexually assault her.
She won't let me.
We're not supposed to do this.
What's the deal with wives fighting back?
We're not supposed to assess essays. Is it too late to?
No. That's what you want to do when you're talking about very important. I've learned this from watching YouTube videos about the Jeffrey Epstein trial. Mm-hmm. When you're talking about a very important worldly issue,
hanging with Mr. Epstein.
Did you hear about him? He was the one hanging.
Hey.
No, but that'll be my favorite thing where it's all right, I have to do this work to crack the case on this international pedophile ring, but I can't lose ad dollars. It's or just say sexual assault because it's actually insanely. Wait, let me bitch about my wife real quick. Insanely undermining to the victims that you're saying essay and grape the whole time.
I just want to say that's a great point.
It drives me fucking nuts. It's you want to, because I've noticed this because like my wife's obsessed with
Grapes.
if it's a story about a stupid white woman getting murdered and ignoring clear problematic things. I don't know. It's victim blaming. Because
I don't know, man. They go. It happens a lot. I think I know the one you're talking about, where you're just they're like, I'm in Italy, I'm on vacation, and you're like,
I'm being half funny, but there are so many of those stories where you're like, hey, that was avoidable. Like, not trying to victim blame. That was avoidable.
Right.
No, my new thing with my wife is whenever we get into fights, I say the thing I say very clearly, and then she goes like, she's Kathy Newmaning me with the fucking Jordan Peterson. She's like, so what you're saying is, and then they give you like the least generous interpretation.
Yeah.
She was doing that today, and it was driving me fucking nuts. And I go, I didn't mean that.
yeah.
I didn't mean
that's
that.
not what I said.
That's not what I said. She basically, I say this, and she goes, actually.
Yeah, and you're like, well, I felt pretty assaulted. And you're like, well, okay, yeah, but I just get a thing of like, if that's the case, like I've been sexually assaulted. You know what I mean? Like if catcalling is an assault, I've been assaulted, and I gotta tell you, I fucking loved it.
Well,
do you know what I'm saying? Like I'm not victim blaming. I'm victim.
I was just, what's funny? I was just talking to someone about the sexual assault thing, where because it's like whenever you hear people talk about shit like that, their actions are very, I don't know how to phrase it. Let me just say it this way. When that, remember when it was like 1 in 4 girls at college get raped? And it was just like, again, not trying to victim blame, but you're like, okay, first off, that can't be right. And it wasn't. Second off, hey, why are you guys still going to college? Like, if I found out,
is really dangerous.
If I gotta be perfect, don't get me wrong, you should go. But there's like, if I found out there were facilities where there was a 25% chance I'm getting raped at them, and there was a way to avoid those, I'm avoiding those. I go, you know what? I'm going to get a job at Dairy Queen.
University.
I'm going to write to my senator. Yeah. When they figure it out, I'll go to college. But if there's a 25% chance I'm getting raped.
University of Phoenix alum right over here.
Exactly.
I'm going boop, beep, bop, boop, bing, bing, boom, boom. Oh.
Why wouldn't the online university submissions for women be skyrocketing?
Right. And well, it's the first time. It was 2016, right? It was the first Trump win.
Yeah.
And then you remember then they had the pussy hat protests and all that other stuff. And I remember thinking like, like I at first I definitely thought like, what are you stupid assholes doing? But then I'm like, all right, you know what? Whatever. Do your thing. Like you have the right to protest. Go ahead and protest. Like
have fun.
It's fine.
I mean, you could stay home, donate $100 to Planned Parenthood, and have a substantially bigger impact. But buy those pussy hats and really do something.
But it's all about the merch.
Yeah. No.
And the sayings.
Go get the bus. Go on the bus. Pay for the ticket. Go scream. But staying home, donating $100 would have had a bigger impact.
But it's all about the impact, right? Because then I'm thinking like, whatever, do your thing, protest. And this was legitimately when I think I completely turned the corner of protests.
Yeah.
Well, protesting my sexuality.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm not gay anymore.
Stop it. Stop. I'm not gay. I'm
not gay no more.
I am delivered.
I'm delivered.
That's what you said while you do an Instacart? Yeah. Like, can I just have my groceries?
Sir, you have to leave.
I am delivering these groceries.
This is a Lowe's. We don't have potatoes here. I'm like, I am not gay no more.
I have to deliver this paint.
That's what I said every time. Lowe's. Every time I finish an Instagram, I just go, "This is delivered."
Sir, you're a white man. Why are you talking like that?
Because I'm not gay anymore. But there's it was a lady in one of those little silly hats, and she was like in her 70s or 80s or something like that.
Yeah.
And she says, "My arms are getting tired from holding this sign for 68 years or something, whatever it is." Like, I can't remember the quip.
I know where you're going with this.
And it's like, then maybe you should try something else.
You should try a different thing.
Just go to the next thing.
Yeah.
So you've done this, right? And I'm not saying storm the Capitol, and I'm not saying I'm not saying any of that shit. I'm not inciting violence. I'm saying try something else.
Yeah.
Like
well, that goes back to my point.
That is the definition of insanity: is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result.
Well, that was my point.
That is exactly what you're fucking doing.
That was the joke I was making about the pussy hat thing.
Yeah.
Is like when they were doing the pussy hat stuff, they were mad because they did not want Planned Parenthood to get defunded. And you're like, okay, so you're mad about that enough that you're going to buy the hat, you're going to get the bus ticket, you're going to go to the event and do all that. So that means it's a really important issue to you.
And then walk.
And then, and it's like, I remember I saw someone do the numbers, and they were like, if every woman who went to that, bought a pussy hat, went to that, did all that shit, just donated $100, Planned Parenthood would be completely funded. And I understand. It's like under the current system, it's the government's job to do that, and you want to vote to do that. But it's like that's why I'm always just like I don't hate on protesting inherently, because I do think like if you can do an organized protest, it can send a message. So it's like a thing to do.
Yeah.
I just, from what I've gathered, a lot of people like when they were doing the ICE protest in LA. Channel 5 News did a really interesting one, and you watched it, and I think this is indicative of a lot of protests now, is I think it's a lot of people are doing it performatively.
Yeah.
And also, too, to be fair, on both sides. You see the Trump people come out with their the Trump side sign game is unreal. The elaborate signs that they have and all this, and it's a very huge performative thing.
The expletives. I feel like surprisingly where like the conservative side used to always be the Christian side or whatever, they're both flinging F's and like calling a lot of people pieces of shit and all this stuff. But the best point I think that says to that is that like you just want to be there is the writer strikes. Every time there's a couple podcasts that I listen to that are on the left coast, and every time they talk about it's a little industry term. But they use the.
No, I know. I'm sorry. It's very fun to give you nothing on these. It's not that they're not funny.
They're loving it.
Yeah.
They're at home. They're fucking slapping their steering wheel. You take a pause, have a good laugh break.
Stanley got scared by the bird.
I know, brother. Just a quick side quest. I'll get back to the Hollywood writer strike, but a quick side quest. Stanley, 2 nights in a row, has done the fucking most hilarious thing. I don't know if your cats have ever done this.
What?
He just, I think either he's having a nightmare and something startles him awake, or he like is just something just spooks him. There's no loud noise. There's nothing that happens in the house. Like we don't make any different noises or anything. And he just goes and just like pops up off the ottoman and fell on the floor.
That's awesome.
Like he like had a bad dream and rolled out of bed and was like,
that's awesome.
Like
I assume the cats have done that. They don't do that regularly.
It's hilarious. It's like I feel like either 2 nights in a row or at least 2 times in the same week.
It rules.
It happened directly in front of me.
Well, that's what's great about cats is they don't have the brain capacity to really like question anything or process it. So it's all reactions.
Just enough to feel shame when you're laughing at them and they go.
Yeah, but
they're just smart enough to feel shame.
I've caught Diesel. Diesel's done that to me a bunch. He'll hit me with a hard meow that is very clearly stop fucking with me.
Yeah. And you'd be like, all right. But
the writer strike?
Yeah, so like there's a couple podcasts that were like they're talking about like, oh yeah, I did some time out on the Paramount lot or this one. And every single person that talked about their experience on the line was who they saw, who they talked to.
Yeah.
Who was handing out snacks? Oh, we had the Parks and Rec guys handing out sandwiches at ours. Oh my God, I had this really fun interaction with. It's like, this is networking
it's
to
a party,
you. This is just like a fucking. You're not taking that. This is not about your rights, and this is not about anything else. This is you being a who's who. You want to go there and be seen. You want to go there and be taken care. It's all like
it's very lame.
The whole California, LA bullshit, Hollywood shit, like that is like. That is the climberest of climbers ever, and they're not like they don't hear it.
Well, I think
you know what I'm saying?
I think with a lot of in those circles that you're talking about, I think the group think it's kind of interesting because it's like the group think and the pressure to conform is overt.
Yeah,
but like they don't even like when you're on the right, especially if you're like very religious, the pressure to conform is like. Right in your face, and they're not even like. It's like, yeah, no, the Bible says this. Conform.
What your church is? Where your church at?
Exactly, but it's like the pressure to conform is there, but that's good to them. When you're on the left, it's just as strong, but they don't see it ever. I think that happens way more on the left, where they're oblivious to what's actually pushing them in different directions.
They only just recently, like, it's a specific podcast that'll like will just, I love it, but it's just like, it's a thing where it's just like they just will bitch completely about the left and this and that, and they're like, they're just a bunch of doddering old men. And you're like, you were just pretending the doddering old man was the best choice in the world for like, until he gave up.
Oh, that's
until he left.
Dude, there's so
Brother,
many.
it's crazy to me. And they're like, I can't believe Kamala won. Like, you guys are not you are. It was the most frustrating thing. I'm a registered Democrat as far as I know. I don't know if I haven't done anything here yet. Is it still count in PA? I've always been a Democrat, I guess. I don't know. I've always registered Democrat, but I don't know. I always thought that was the good guys. That was what I was told when I was a kid.
Yeah.
So like I just haven't changed it because I really don't give a shit. No, I'm independent. I'm registered independent. I apologize. But it's one of those things where like when you see what happened with Kamala Harris and like, and again, you know me, I'm not huge into politics, but that was one of those things where I was like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah.
When they're just like, okay, so Joe Biden doesn't feel well anymore, so he's going to go home. And
Joe Biden got tummy ache in his brain.
And we know that he was the nominated, democratically nominated representative of this party, but we're just going to go with her instead. And it's like, and they're like, I can't believe she didn't win. I'm like, how are you guys? You're talking about your whole thing is we got to fight against this dictator and we got to keep democracy and we got to keep our rights. And it's like, but legitimately, the guy that you said you wanted to be the fucking presidential candidate couldn't do it. And instead of them asking you again, they just go, how about her? And you just had to get in line. And it's like,
and also conveniently, they waited till it was past they waited till there was no time to do primaries.
Right.
So they were like, well, you guys have to take Kamala. And that's, like you were kind of say, because I've seen that where people will try to call out Trump for being like, dude, he's walking weird. And you're like, politics now, dude, there's so many good examples. And on both sides too. There's so many good examples. Yeah, guys, both sides are bad.
Both sides? Okay.
Just so you know.
I mean, it's like the lesser two evils.
I know. Right? I know that both sides are bad.
Yeah.
Because I'm paying attention.
We are all over the map today.
But no.
I love it.
But no, like, legitimately, like, there'll be people like, I saw when Trump was walking weird, they'll be like, he's looking old. And I go,
he is.
Are we just pretending like time doesn't exist? That's what they need you to do. And then Trump will just be like, are you guys still talking about this Epstein stuff?
Yeah.
And you're like, current politics, the way that they sell current politics to you are praying to God you can't remember more than 2 months.
It's nuts.
Yeah, they're praying to God, and it's like
it's the Mandela strategy.
Like when they were coming at all the podcasters like Schultz and Rogan and all the guys because they were like,
and
man,
us.
Trump's really fucking up, and they're like, see the guy Trump that you loved and jerked off, and it's like, okay, maybe they deserve a little egg on their face, but it's not like all these dudes were like sucking Trump off. They like a lot of them wanted to vote for Kamala, and they were like, I just can't. And then they also leave out the part that it's like, also every single one of these podcasts I've heard them say, they're like, we reached out to Kamala, she only wanted to do Call Her Daddy. So it's like all these things people say, you're like, do you just think I don't remember? Like I can. Here's a really cool skill I have, Pat. I am able to go back all the way to 2 years ago and remember things.
Whoa!
I have a
hold on. Like what kind of things? Like important things?
Like the fact that Joe Biden has been dead for 7 years.
That's crazy. Dude, there's so every.
It's like, guys, I can remember things that happened in less than 5 years ago.
Yeah, it's insane that like there's so many different like conspiracy theories and there's so many different things that are like
how the clouds are gray. It's still my favorite one in the world,
brother. It's just like, can you see this? This
cloud's been this gray the whole time.
4 days in a row. I mean, how often do you see fog? It's like when it's the weather's right. I don't know. I've never been a meteorologist, and I guarantee you aren't either. So like,
Dude, I'm
If
worried.
you just haven't noticed fog before, it's not like I just noticed my cat falling off the thing. That was a weird anomaly.
You've been doing that.
Yeah, I'm sure he's been doing it. Like you said, they probably do it all the time. But like
Yeah.
I happened to see it 2 days in a row. That's the anomaly.
Yeah, I am
So it's not like the
worried
fact that like, wait a minute, has it been cloudy for like 4 days in a row? And you're just like, what? But there was, I remember seeing a plane and going like, whoa, what's that plane doing there? And you're like, you're stupid. You have like, look. Andy, how many times have I said I am the pot calling the kettle black? I'm a dumb motherfucker.
Yeah.
Like there's plenty of times where I'm like, I have those immediate thoughts of like, oh, and I go like, oh, you idiot. Like I fix it.
No,
But
I think
it still seeps out. But like when you start going like, if you just go with that kind of shit, like where you're just like when Obama was president and there was a receptionist at the office I worked at, and she goes, yeah, Barack Hussein Obama, 6 letters in each name. That's 666. And I literally went Obama. That's 5. I said, I'm pretty sure. I haven't checked the other ones, but I said immediately that's 5, and I said it's 665. So it's like, is he almost the devil? Is that what you're saying? They were like, you have to understand that sometimes like a conspiracy theory is like, it's hard for me. The line's getting blurred for me though.
Well, you know,
it's because like that Joe Biden thing where like they go like, look at a picture of him here and look at a picture here.
Yeah.
Like you said, sometimes people forget that time exists and people get old, but it's like, yeah, but his face does look fucking,
well, you know what I think it is with the conspiracies is they're over COVID. And I mean, if you know history in general, but COVID was the big one for a lot of people. I think that's why so many people got duped by QAnon. Mm-hmm. Is that like over COVID, there was a lot of just a lot of establishments got exposed as like not being on the up and up.
Yeah.
But I think a lot of people went the farther direction where it's like they kind of. Like I've heard people say it's like you're supposed to take one red pill, you're not supposed to take the whole bottle.
Yeah.
And I think there's a lot of people out there that like they're like I can't trust anyone. And through that, they take the whole fucking bottle of red pills. And I've been noticing, especially in the conspiracy community, I feel like the critical thinking and skepticism of new information, I think those skills it's weird. It's like the propaganda's got turned up and the critical thinking's gotten turned down.
Yes. And that's critical thinking is the best way to describe it is we have such a lack of not intelligence, critical thinking.
Because sorry to cut you off. What you said earlier, you and me are not like, because this is what I realized about us. Because I was like, I get insecure about feeling dumb, but I go, because I'm like, I do feel like I'm hip to certain things more so than other people, but it's because we have that, we all have the same dumb thoughts, but we have that next step where we're like, well, is that true? Like we're more locked in on like truth and figuring that out. So it's like, it's not that I'm like smarter than anyone else. I think I have a higher standard for what
we have better BS meters.
If the thoughts I say out loud were like a newspaper, I have a higher standard of what goes to press.
Yeah.
So like, so that then forces me to spend more time critically thinking about certain things.
Yeah. I don't do it with like day-to-day things like reading or stuff like that. Like obviously like I've read stuff. My reading comprehension, not great, but my critical thinking somehow top notch.
Yeah.
Like it's still a thing. And I think it's because of my lifelong infatuation with like ghosts and shit.
Yeah.
And then watching ghost videos and just being like,
and you probably have so many people being like, really, Pat?
There's so many times where I'm like, watch. What do you mean?
Well, no, it's the same thing that happens with me with the conspiracy shit.
Oh, the conspiracy.
I'll bring up a conspiracy thing. It's funny too. Even people come up to be like, "All right, Andy, what's your craziest one?" They're excited. Then I'll hit them, and they'll be like, "What?"
Yeah.
And I've gotten hit with so many people approaching me with skepticism on most things. I believe that it's just forced me to know more about the shit I'm talking about.
Do research.
Well, because there's just, if I'm trying to tell someone why it's actually reasonable to think the government did OKC. I have to like know to a degree what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
I can't just like, because I think a lot of people also too, like that's the other thing too with a lot of like normal people. Don't forget ghosts. I'm so sorry I cut you off. But a lot of people too with like, they don't understand, like they're just hitting you with opinions that are like the sort of mainstream agreed upon opinion.
Yeah.
So they don't realize they're not getting as much pushback to their opinions as they think they are, which is then in turn not, it's their critical thinking skills are sort of softened where I'm sitting here trying to figure out if like the World Trade Center fell because of controlled demolition.
I was just gonna say no. I was gonna say Building 7. Building 7 is like the fact that not every single American citizen is like.
That's
like,
like that doesn't
what
fuck
the
their
fuck
day up.
happened?
Yeah.
Like, can you? Because that's the other thing is, okay, the jets, the fire, melt the steel beams, boom, and imploded. Okay, like. That's at least you're giving us an explanation. Remember we were talking about this with the government cover-ups of like Roswell and the other things, and they're like, "This is the final thing."
And they're always like,
"It was a
"Shut
weather
up."
balloon, you idiot." Yeah, they're just like, "It was this." Okay.
Why is that? Shut up.
But like with Building 7, I don't know if I've heard any explanation of like this is like except for to say structural damage from like the other ones or something, or like
if you genuinely are curious about that
that's
Scott Horton dude we were talking about, and I'm not gonna go on a whole Building 7 tear, but that Scott Horton dude we were talking about on the podcast one time, he did a whole thing when he was at one of Robbie's shows where he actually went on a really long explanation about like fire starting and why it's actually reasonable to think Building 7 fell like that. Now I don't know if he's right, but
yeah.
Scott's a dude I really trust, and it's interesting hearing him defend that.
Well, at least he's giving you an avenue that you can continue looking down. You know what I mean? Like
that's another thing people don't do. People don't feel the need to like
follow up,
explain themselves on not. Well, there's certain topics that it's like I don't know. Like if you ever hear a guy going like, why 18? You're like, you know what? We don't really have to debate that. We don't have to debate that. Yeah. I think we all a while ago we figured out 18 is just about the right age.
You should be out of school.
About the right age.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
We figured it out. If you have sex with an 18-year-old, it's weird, but it's not jail weird.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's one where, but then it's like there's other topics that are like genuinely still up for debate that a lot of people will come at you with fucking real snotty energy of just like, we figured it, and you're like, dude, there's so much more shit we haven't figured out than you even fucking realize.
Yeah, like the fact that like when you do look into most of the stuff, so like that's what I was talking about with watching ghost videos and shit like that.
Yes,
is after a time, like you may watch stuff and go like, there has been stuff that I've seen on some of these shows or anything like that I'm like, I legitimately don't know how they did that.
Yeah.
Like I don't think so. Like, and that's where my brain starts. Is how they did that.
Yeah.
Did they seriously capture something? Because it's not out of the realm, whether it be personal experiences or just shit that I have seen on some of these shows. Like to go like, there's legitimately no explanation for that.
Yeah.
That's crazy that happened. But there's so many other times where they're just like, their explanation is they're like, and they told us nobody else was in the room. And it's just like,
what did I
well,
tell
yeah,
you?
you said that, but it's also like, and you see stuff flying off the shelf. After a while, you start to see patterns, or you start to see other things, or you start to see things that you're like, oh, if you watch this and you think just reasonably, just for a second. That's why I love like legitimate quote evidence of extraterrestrials or paranormal stuff or anything like that, because it's like, yeah, legitimately, what do you got?
Yeah.
Because I do it too, because I watch it and I go like, oh, that's every time you see stuff flying off a shelf, it's almost always in one direction. It's like, okay, well, they have fishing line. It's, oh, a chair moves, it scares somebody. Like, I don't know, that's happened before where like something moves on its own or whatever, or you're faking it. Like they're saying like, they don't normally post videos like this. Okay, but now they want to go viral, so they try to make it convincing.
Yeah.
There's plenty of times where you can sniff out the bullshit, and like I don't think people have that ability to sniff out bullshit. And like that for me, that kind of transferred into all of my life, to like news, to like people's opinions of people, like all this other stuff of like, okay, I take your opinion and I'll process it, I'll do my own research, and then I'll figure out like, oh yeah, it seems like it makes sense or something.
Well, I
like
do.
that, you know?
I like I said before, I do really think it's a result of people realizing a lot of these, like, not even just the government ones, but like a lot of institutions that we just grew up as seeming valid.
Yeah.
Is they're like, oh, they're not valid whatsoever. So it's just sort of, I think a lot of people had like a knee jerk reaction of just like, well, if this isn't, and they just went the 180, and now they're like, has it ever been this cloudy before? You know what I mean? And they're like, so
they don't trust anything now.
they
It's
just like
okay,
they're it's like the contrarian nature of people. It's like their processing is like, well, that's bad. The opposite of that is good. So
yeah, like it became there was a bad side and good side. And it's like I remember growing up watching politics and just thinking like there wasn't a bad or good side, but like you might have the side that, oh, we vote for it. My family wasn't very democratic or anything like that. And they didn't ever preach voting or do any of that shit. Like it wasn't until afterwards I did it on my own. But it was like punk bands. So punk bands are going like, well, the fucking Democrats cool and the Republicans lame. And you're like, all right. And you're like, well, there's a whole war going on.
And then you get older and you realize they all do the same thing with different messaging.
Every single one of them is fucking lame. Every fucking politician sucks. Even the guy that you like. Even the guy that's like, well, I don't know, he volunteers at the community center. Fuck him. He's a fucking liar. Everybody's a liar. She's a liar. He's a liar. Whoever you vote for lies all the time.
I think
way more
than
you.
The only one I would give a pass on is Thomas Massey's pretty sick, and then Rand Paul's pretty sick most of the time. But yeah, other than that, sucks ass.
But even still, like, no, not Rand Paul. It was Ron Paul. Never mind. I was gonna say one of them tried to sue Borat. Fuck you, man.
What'd you say?
I said one of them tried to sue Borat, so fuck him. But it was Ron Paul. And it was because he got tricked into being in the room with
that was also a less than chill. I watched that back, and I am a big Ron Paul guy, so I probably watched it differently. But I was like, damn,
probably like this.
Damn, I was like, Borat. I don't find
Borat. Normally, I like
Sasha,
the wife stuff.
Sasha, excuse me, girl's name. I don't find this very funny.
Sure, I love making fun of people from Kazakhstan, of course.
It's funny when you make fun of the ones I don't like.
Punch
Borat.
down, buddy, but don't punch the guys I like, buddy. Most
fucking who the fuck was it? Justin Amash? I heard him in an interview, and they asked him. They were like, "Is Congress like House of Cards, or the government in general?" They were like, "Is it more
fucking
no? Stop! You're doing too much thinking before you're processing the sentence." It was just sort of a lighthearted question where he was like, is it more like House of Cards or more like Veep?
Okay.
And then Justin Amash was like, honestly, he's like right in the middle. He's like legitimately. He's like, it's about right in the middle.
Damn.
And it's like, oh, so it's an equal balance of like evil and retarded.
Yeah. But the overall theme is kind of incompetence. You know what I mean? Not everybody knows all the rules. Not everybody knows their job. Not everybody knows what to look out for. Like, and it's like, but you're the guys we put in charge to do that stuff, man.
I even think it's more liars than incompetence. Because I think a lot of the times it's like, oh, really? You didn't read the bill? It's like, I wasn't gonna. I was just gonna vote however AIPAC wanted me to.
I was gonna look at the guy over here and I'm gonna.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you're right. I agree.
Well, I think the thing.
Or they go like, no, I don't vote, and it's like, well, no, you. That's the thing that I think needs to get taken out of everything. Because if that's the thing, if it's so shitty that there's a whole like bunch of people that just go, we're not going to vote. It's like, no, it's democracy, bro. Like you guys are the ones that are like, you got to vote. We got to vote. We got to like, that's your job.
The bill shit's fucking psychotic because they'll be like, all right, here's a 3,000 page bill. It's called the if you vote against it, you hate Jesus bill.
Right.
And there's stuff in there about infrastructure. There's stuff in there about Israel. There's stuff in there about healthcare. It'll be the most random bill in the world, and you have about 12 hours to vote on it.
To read it and then vote on it.
What the fuck is this?
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, that's how they sneak shit in because half the fucking people in the government are just they're like. Most people in the government are people who are not attractive enough to be actors and too stupid to be news reporters, like local news reporters.
Damn.
So they just go, and also they have no playing footsies. They have no morals, so they'll just go like, "Who wants to pay me? I will vote however you pay me."
Yeah, you want me not to vote? I won't. Okay,
dude,
cool.
And
Got
then
it. That's like mob shit.
And then they'll like go on fucking Tucker Carlson like Ted Cruz did. And if Tucker Carlson was like, so why would you, do you think war is bad? And do you think murdering children with bombs is bad? And Ted Cruz will just be like, why are you so anti-Semitic, Tucker Carlson?
Yeah, he's like, what do you mean? Well, who's doing it? And it's like, well, no.
It's a combination of completely people who are completely devoid of talent or intellect mixed with pure evil. That's like some of the worst politicians out there.
Yeah, I think there's a difference with like their low end, because that's the thing is like we watch, my wife included loves watching. I mean, we as Americans, I fucking hate it, but she watches like the Royals shit. Like,
sorry, vape is taking forever to get out of your mouth. It was crazy. I was like, stop. How is there more vape in there?
I wasn't.
It was crazy.
I was trying to keep it in.
How much of it was seeping out?
I wanted to see if I could look like Smoke from Mortal Kombat.
Dude, you said like 3 sentences.
I know.
It was straight out of your mouth. Holy shit.
So take that in mind for what I'm about to say.
Oh yeah, by the way, everything I say. So
that's all rum.
So let me talk about the government, Pat.
Yeah. I forgot what I was going to say anyway.
It's all good.
What was I saying?
Your wife, America show.
Oh, she watches the Royals and like watches like the royal wedding. She like one of those people that woke up to watch that shit. Well, that's what I'm saying is like, so like you don't think our politics are anywhere similar to that? Like that's the thing is like that's they're just big problem. Really low end local celebrities.
Yeah.
Or higher end celebrities. And it's just a different what is it? Clout mountain. You know what I mean? It's a different clout mountain to climb. Instead of being I'm the what's that called? I'm the public organizer or something like that. Yeah. And like, but I want to be president one day. Like the fact that you think you know best for what's going on with the country and all this other stuff. And like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not saying that you can't go from that to that, but it's just saying like, bro, I don't know, man. Like, I don't think I know better than everybody else. I don't think I should be the leader of everyone.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's why I'm always a bigger fan of like, it's why I'm always a bigger fan of small government, because it's like I think it'll take a lot for people to get where I am, where I go, do we need a president? Do we need a federal government?
It's like kingship.
I get that. That's a lot for some people to kind of get to. But at the same time, it's like, yeah, it's everyone has that thought where they're like, if you think you should be president, that means you're a psychopath.
Yeah.
But we're still going to elect one every year, regardless of that.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, because of that, that's why I would really love it if the president's actions affected my life the smallest amount possible. That's why I'm a big fan of small government.
Yeah, I think in general, it's just like, I don't think that there should be people that have, again, this is bringing us right back to what we were talking about. There should be people that are in charge that are critical thinkers.
Yeah.
And like,
I don't think our system provides for that.
That's not who we elect, and that's not who we celebrate, and that's not the people. Because that's the thing. It's like we like you said, we go like, oh, you had Trump on your podcast, and it's like, yeah, if we had Kamala on and she had the better ideas, she would have won the election.
Yeah,
you understand that?
Yeah,
it's the same fucking reach, and it's the same amount of people.
They just leave out that whole part where Kamala sucked ass, and a lot of people didn't like her.
But you're not thinking critically. You're not thinking like you're not adjusting. You're not trying to improve. You're just doing the same thing over and over again. Well, and it's just going to end up being the worst shit ever, because you need to be able to think like, what's the best deal? Like, those are the people we need to have in charge, and we do need people in charge. We do. Like, it's one of those things of like, I don't need no president, blah blah blah. Like, we need a little something, not like the king, the vice king, then the fucking House of Kings, and then the Supreme Kings, and it's like you're just a bunch of people in fucking weird costumes, and you don't fucking matter. You're just people. You're just a person, just like I'm a person, just like anybody else is a person. You're not senior Republican representative, House Speaker, but like, fuck off. You're just
random dickhead that won a popularity contest.
Your name is no disrespect, Rand. Your name is Ron. Your name is Dave, Doug. You know what I mean? Like they're just dickheads. They're just fucking dummies and fucking assholes.
Yeah.
There's somebody that drives shitty in traffic. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I don't know.
Nah,
I don't know what got me there, but like,
no,
it's so frustrating to be.
But
like,
no, that's indicative of what's wrong with the government, where it's like the title, like, you know, bringing up Ron Paul or Thomas Massey.
Yeah.
I don't look at them and go like, oh my God, they work for the government. I've heard them in interviews. It's like, I've read Ron Paul's books. I've heard them in interviews. I go, oh, they're right about shit. And they have good moral character. And Thomas Massey is actually fascinating. If you listen to it, he had a really good Tucker Carlson interview. His whole house is like self-sustaining. It's fucking crazy. Awesome. Yeah, it's nuts. And anyway, but like,
government hate him.
Yeah, but oh yeah, back to what you were saying, it's like the system isn't designed for, like, basically that's one of the big inherent problems with democracy is like they tell you it gives everyone a voice, but if you think about the whole voting process and how often we do it, you're basically just trying to win a popularity contest for a population that couldn't possibly know the right answer to all the biggest issues in the world, nor should they.
Yeah.
It's not, that's the part of like democracy that's crazy. It's like when you go throughout your day, you don't go to the DMV you don't go to the fucking Pep Boys and go, I know how to fix my car, do this, guys. You go, I don't know how to do this, but I trust you guys.
Help.
You will, yeah.
I pull in and I go, help.
Yeah.
It's
but here's the thing.
this light.
But here's the thing. You shouldn't have to know about your car.
Right.
You should, though, be an expert on healthcare. And you should be an expert on foreign policy. Mm-hmm. And you should know enough about that to know that you're making the right decision when you cast your vote.
Right.
And it's like, dude, honestly, voting is just really like a vibe check. If you're like, is their vibe good? Well, I feel like they'll do less gay shit than the other guy.
It's almost like when I think this has happened a couple times, but like I think there was in Atlanta, I feel like it was Atlanta for some reason, where they had like a freeze and then a bunch of people ended up getting stuck on the highway and like dying and shit.
It happened here.
That happened here. Oh, here too. Yeah. So it's like those are the things where I'm like,
yes,
okay.
yes, Atlanta, it happens a lot. They're the kind of place where they get a dusting of snow. They're not prepared for it. Right. So like the whole fucking city shuts down.
Because it's not so like, I feel like if there's anybody that ever needs to be held accountable for that shit, it's that person. Yeah. Like it's who you're in charge of the city. Well, the city, it just fucking ended up killing a bunch of its citizens. Like it wasn't anybody else. You can say it's an act of God, but that's cool. It's the city happened. The city wasn't prepared, and the city didn't have the materials to keep people alive. So you're in charge of the city. You're going to be held responsible for this. Whether it be this many amount, and like that's
we
the
all
thing.
get to slap your tummy.
That would be fun. The number of victims, you go like, okay, all those families, like they all get to spit on you.
Everyone who wanted in the Atlanta area, if they got to you only get one. Yeah, you can do it as hard as you want, but you only get one tummy slap. He would literally
he would be crying.
He'd be bleeding. He'd bleed to death. But it would be in such a silly way. Yeah. Yeah.
Death by belly slapping.
Yeah, death by Indian arm. What was the fucking thing called? Since we're clearly in a NOMOBONOSODE, I do want to add one more thing that has nothing to do with movies that you'll probably pop for. But I wanted to get good story, Andy. No, I wanted to get a reminder on your DMV experience because I went to go get my ID and I was just laughing how every single aspect of it was the exact opposite of yours.
Well, for Dom it was. I literally everybody else
go?
The same exact one I bet you did. It was in Pflugerville.
You went to the Pflugerville? What time did you go?
For her it was, I think it was like 8 or 8:30 or 9:30. It was like early. 8 or 9 or...
Dude, I got there...
For her.
I got there on a Wednesday at 11:30. I was scheduled for 12. I got there on 11:30 just in case there was like any paperwork or I needed to get shit together. Yeah. There was like fucking 8 people in there.
Yeah.
It was crazy. And then I will say this. There was a bunch of confusion, but my guy was super helpful. So it's like, oh, there was all these like specific things where it's like, oh, I wasn't on her car insurance for long enough, so you need a new thing. But I was able. He was like, yeah, we'll also just take a bank statement or a W-2 or something. And I just went into my email and found like an old W-2 and emailed it to the guy. But it is, even for me, like I probably had one of the quickest DMV experiences. I was still in that building for a fucking hour.
Yeah.
To just get a fucking ID.
Get your picture taken.
That doesn't come for 10 days.
Yeah.
I was like, I just need my picture taken and put it on a credit card so I can go fly a plane when no one books me to do comedy.
The guy goes, he said, like, I said, he took the picture and all that stuff. Because that was the thing, is my experience was, you remember, was like hours.
Yeah,
it was
how long did you
hours
wait?
and hours. It was just waiting for hours and hours and hours because there was a thing that opened up. What it is you sign up for like the earliest date, which is usually like a month away.
Yeah.
And then they tell you, check in this website because sometimes like things open up.
Yeah.
So while I was waiting for Dom to finish, I was like, I had already signed up for my thing. And then I was like just checking the site, and then something ended up opening up at like, I think it was like 1:30.
Yeah.
So it was like sometime in the afternoon, and I was there well into like, I think it was like 4:30 or 5 or something like that. But the thing that pissed me off was I had to wait in line. I was sitting waiting for them to call my number just so I could stand up and go wait in line. I'm like, just wait until you're ready.
Yeah, that's
call my
crazy.
number when you're ready for me.
Yeah.
That's the fucking thing. Because then I stood up and I walked over to this thing just to go up to the guy to give him my current license, all the information, all that stuff. And it literally, like, I had everything.
Yeah.
And it's like, I could have entered that. I could have entered it already, and I could have just come here and had somebody go like, yep, that's it. But then they took my picture, and then I was just like, and then he handed me the printout. And I was just like, he's like, yeah, you'll receive it in the mail in 7 to 10 days. And I was like,
yeah.
No, I was like, and he's like, yeah, we don't print them here. And I was like, the one I got literally from the one I just handed you, it was printed up.
Every single time I've
instantly
gone, they're printed there.
They go like,
not in Texas,
boop, beep, boop, beep, boop, whether it's new or not.
Let me ask you a question. Was the guy you went with, or the guy that serviced you?
Yeah.
Every version of this will sound like you date men.
Yeah.
Was he mean or a little slow? Because that's the vibe I got from everyone at the DMV. Everyone at the DMV
Everybody
is
has a little both. Yeah.
Everyone at the DMV is mean or slow.
Yeah.
Because I personally prefer mean because they get your shit done quicker.
Yeah.
I don't like either. But like I remember talking to Mike, and he was a really nice guy and he was super helpful. But I remember talking to him just being like, oh, you walk when most people run.
He was like, yeah. Yeah, he was like dumb. He was like kind of a dumbed down, or he was like no nonsense, but he was also like just kind of by the rules guy.
Yeah.
Like he wasn't like, there wasn't really any joking with him. By the way, I wasn't like very cordial, and I'm sure he's dealt with everybody going like, you piece of shit. You know?
Yeah.
Because it's just like, hurry up. Do what?
You're just handing him your your fucking bank statement. You're like, oh, so here's my identification. I hate you.
Yeah, I hate you and everything that this place represents. I wish there was such an easier way to do this. But also, I see that and I go like, okay, that's cool. So like, I do get kind of extra angry when I see like
you're probably a little shorter with people there.
Yeah, because it's like, it's the thing where I'm like, it's like, guys,
yeah,
I know there has to be an easier way to do this. And like, I kept saying like, if I go up to that window and like they go like, oh, you have to go fill this out, or no, this isn't right. Like, luckily it was smoother after that. But then it was also like, there's a thing on the wall that they made us line up against that said, you know, please do not put your feet on the wall or whatever. And I did it every time I stopped. I just planted one of my feet, trying to smudge it up as much, just because I'm like, you know what? Because you asked me not to. And I fucking hate you guys.
That's how you fight the system.
That's exactly how I got my time back.
Funny too? You know what's funny too is there's like every time you go to a thing like the DMV, it's always littered with little things where you're like, why is this happening?
Yeah.
So I go up to the guy. The guy's like, immediately, like I'm waiting for my number to get called, and he was like, do you have the form, sir? And I go, what form? He's like, that form over there. And I go, oh no, I'll fill it out. And I go, are there pens over there? And the guy just goes, Hopefully. What? Why aren't you going to get more pens then?
If it's if it's a requirement to fill this stuff out, you are making us fill this out.
I have to fill it out.
Right.
Why are you not just why aren't you going to get pens?
For every paperwork that you put out there, should have a pen with it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And then the one pen that was in the container was just the fucking it was like the plastic stick inside the pen.
Yeah.
And I go, why are you just filling the... So it's like, that's like a tiny thing, but it was like the attitude... That's the thing that always perplexes me when people do that. They give you attitude and you're like, you're saying an incredibly stupid thing.
Yeah, you're wrong.
Yeah.
Like it's one of those things where you're just like...
Why are you giving me attitude? Like, you should be filling up the pens. He's like, I hope there are. I go, this is your place.
You know, if there's not, I'm going to come back to you and I'm going to say... Go give me a pen.
Yeah, he's like, this is your place. You're the guy telling me to fill out the paper.
Let's go over together.
You should be filling pens up.
Let's go find out together.
This
and
is
then
crazy.
that way, the next person that'll ask, you'll know around about how many pens are over here, if there are any. And if not, you'll know to call Jeff and say, hey, Jeff, can you bring by more pens?
Yeah.
Like, this is a solvable issue. Like, it's a thing where it's like
pens.
Like when I'm standing there and there's a bunch of people waiting, I'm like, there's got to be an easier way to do this. And there's got to be a quicker way. Like, there's got to be... Like somebody, if they call your number, just as you're walking past them, go, and go like, okay, you filled everything out. Like, you know what I mean? Because like maybe sometimes they get to the window and they're just like, yeah, you got to fill out this whole section here. Yeah. And they're just like, why didn't you fill? You've been waiting for 2 hours.
They're always,
and then they get mad at them, and it's just like, but you've been waiting for 2 hours. Why didn't you check the rest of the paperwork? They're idiot?
Always mad at you. Because you don't understand their complex process.
Yeah, that is
and then it's
so unnecessary.
Yeah. And then it's like, oh, I don't, you know what I mean? Like, we're going, he's like, oh, sir, this isn't right. And I go, like, it's like, now the guy was nice to me. But broadly speaking, you're almost just like, why do I need to come here with 8 different things to prove that I live here?
I renewed my passport.
It's crazy.
Online. Do you know what I mean? Like, and it's like one of those things of like, just because it's not just because you're in another state. Well, that is in the case here, but like every 10 years you have to go to the post office and get your fucking picture taken.
You know what I think it is? I think the DMV, because like the one that also got me too is he was like, we were almost done. He's like, all right, put your thumbprint on that pad. And I go, why?
Yeah.
Why do you need my thumbprint?
Yeah, why?
This is weird. I think and I'm not trying to like,
I'm sorry, you were talking about this earlier about like something being a sketch. I'm like, that is, I feel like that's a sketch. It's just like the whole time you're just like, and they just go like, and like the whole time like the camera just
they just up
like,
the ante.
Every time he's just like, and just sign here and put your date of birth here and social security number, and you're just like,
yeah.
And then he just goes, and just go ahead and final, just put your thumbprint right here, and you just go, why?
They just do little things. They're like, all right, and put your titty in my mouth.
And
okay, and no.
Tell me how much you like that.
Yeah.
And you're just like, it's so awkward. It's like awkward of like, I don't want to tell you that. I don't trust you. I'm not saying that it's not even, doesn't even go on to like the government. You, sir, you look like a fucking piece of shit that works at the DMV. I don't want to give you my social security card. Well, and then I don't know what it is.
You know, I think the reason the DMV has all that shit, I think they use it to like gather certain type of info and other stuff. And then like I remember, and not to be like this over the top conspiracy thing, I just mean on some like fucking census level bullshit.
Oh yeah.
And then but then they'll be like, I forget what form it was, but in the middle of it they're like, would you like to donate to the troops? And I go, what? Yeah. Are you asking for my money right now?
And like, dude, it's like, it's the thing where you're like, is there not like, brother, there's fucking ads everywhere.
Yeah.
Like, it's everywhere. It's like every time they're like, I swear to God, I thought the guy was going to be like, okay, and then you have to pay for the license. And I'm like, I'm not even getting the license.
I go, I'm already mad.
But okay.
Like, this shouldn't cost me $30.
So now I'm paying it. And I swear to God, I waited for a thing that says like, and this one, this is completely optional. And it's just like 10%, 25%.
Yeah, just say if you need, just hit no if you don't want to tip.
Yeah, just go ahead and just say this is optional though.
Well,
but
I mean,
if you like my services today,
thankfully it's only $30. But I am already annoyed that it's like I shouldn't have to pay for this.
You require me to have it. I know.
Yeah.
You keep doing the thing. You said it earlier where you're like, you're not mad at me.
I think it's I'm just busting your balls. I think it's the same thing like when I work at a warehouse and they make when I used to work in warehouses and they would make me get steel-toed boots.
Yeah.
And it's like, they would be like, oh yeah, we give you $50 to that. And you're like, I'm not going to get good boots for under $200.
Yeah.
So it's like, no, don't get me wrong. I don't think they should be dropping. I don't think they should have to pay $300, $400, $500 for my boots.
These won't even cover my Uggs. That's what Andy said.
Yeah, that's right. They're like, you're not allowed to have Uggs either.
And you're like, I thought this was a per diem.
No, but like legitimately, if you're telling me I have to get something, you should cover the base level for it.
Right.
And $200 is how much a good pair of steel-toed boots cost. Last Curb Your Enthusiasm moment I had there, like a la the pens. Why? But why? Why, Mr. DMV man? Why?
Why do you need my thumbprint?
What's the deal with? No, there was this one thing. They're like, all right, so you should get your ID in 10 days. And if it doesn't come in 60 days, you can contact us. And I go, cool. But
yeah,
if you wait over 90 days, then you got to pay again. Yeah. They go,
no, nope.
You fucked up.
Yeah.
It should be send me the ID or
no, that's it.
Yeah. So yeah.
No, Andy, hey, that's it. By the way, that's it. Like there's so many times where I have been this fucking guy where I'm like, if if I'm being wronged by a business and they try to do shit like that where you're like, no.
Yeah.
You don't make up the rules. I've paid your fucking thing. I filled your fucking paperwork out. I got this thing.
Yeah.
If I don't get into 60 days, you contact me.
Yeah.
Because if you don't have record of you sending out my life, it's in your hands now.
Yeah, it should come
I paid you for the service.
It literally should just be, it should come in 10 days.
Right.
If it doesn't, call us and we'll send it to you.
Right.
But if I don't call you with it, which, obviously I'm going to call before 90, but if I don't, now I have to pay again?
Yeah.
It's like, you didn't accrue any cost.
Yeah.
It it's
yeah.
like,
and that's what I'm saying. It's like, and then by the way, you know what they're going to say? You can contact us and they're going to say like, okay, well, you can come back in. And it's just like, no.
Just
like, that's
send it to me.
That's it. Like,
yeah,
it was, I can't remember if we talked about it on this podcast or not, but it was when we were ordering our mattress. I can't remember the company and I wouldn't give them a shout out anyway. They were terrible. Yeah. But they say you order this mattress and you get 2 free pillows. And I go, fuck yeah. And I like, and we got the mattress and I'm like, and we're unpacking it. And it's like one of those ones where like you unfold it and it goes like,
yeah, you have to like let it sit there for like 2 hours.
Yeah. So like, I was like, as we're unpacking it, I didn't even realize, oh.
Sorry, I'm still laughing. Why?
Yeah.
Why? Why? Okay, I'm sorry.
That makes me so happy. But but then the we didn't get the pillows. So like I contacted the company and I was like, hey, we didn't get our pillows. And they're like, oh well, maybe they're sent separate. Like they gave me some kind of runaround thing.
Pillows.
And I just go like I was like, okay, but I'm supposed to get the pillows with the mattress. Can I just
You just contact the pillow guy.
And they're like, we're trying to find your pillows, sir. And it's like,
just send me pillows.
You have them. I'm talking to you guys.
Yeah.
You're in control.
Yeah.
And then they started calling them the replacement pillows. And I go, Andy, I blew up on this guy. I go, no. I said, we need to get placement pillows if we're going to get replacement pillows. We never got the original pillows.
Pillows fucking rules, dude.
We never got placement pillows. So we're not replacing anything because we never got those. So what you're going to do is you're going to give us the first pillows you've ever given us. And that's it. And he's just like,
joke, by the way?
No.
This might work as a joke.
Oh.
Because going when they call them replacement pillows.
I was just like that.
And you call them, you correctly go, no, they're placement pillows.
Placement pillows. Because we never got the initial placement pillows.
I'm going to text you placement pillows so you don't forget that.
Okay. No, I lived it. I probably still have the email chain too.
It's so funny.
But that's the thing of like where I'm like, guys, it's at this point now where like you can't make this. This isn't my mistake.
Yeah.
This wasn't me overlooking something. This wasn't me fucking something up. You guys didn't send me the fucking pillows.
Yeah.
Send me the fucking pillows so I can be done with you.
It's annoying too because it's not even a big deal.
Right.
And you're like, I know those pillows cost you $3 at most.
They're your
Just
pillows.
send me the fucking pillows.
It's obviously leftover materials from your fucking mattresses that you just turned into little itty bitty head mattresses. And that's what I want. I want a little head mattress to put my goddamn head on to sleep on your fucking mattress.
Head mattress. Well, dude, that's why. And let's wrap up on this and actually start the podcast.
Oh yeah, we gotta start podcasting.
But that's why. That's why Sweetwater's the best company ever.
You know my problem with Sweetwater.
What's your problem with Sweetwater?
They're too good. This is my issue where I'm just like, guys, enough already. They're just like, hey, just following up. How's those guitar strings you bought? I'm like, shut up, Tim. I got it, bro. I just saw that you just ordered guitar strings. What's going on?
I watched a thing where this is how much of a fucking nerd I am. That Hard Lore podcast I love. They took a tour of Sweetwater HQ, and I was like, what?
Yeah, that would be pretty sick.
I was like, that's how they.
It's probably so fucking clean and organized.
Oh, it's so cool. Oh my, check it out, dude. Hard Lore. They did a tour of
and
Sweetwater.
they got all that candy.
But no, dude. Oh yeah, they got all that. Oh,
that's sweet candy.
I'm just gonna order a fucking $7,000 guitar for 4 pieces of candy.
Guys, I just love your candy. Do they send you like a fucking bag of like
they send you
of like Tootsie Rolls with that, like a whole big chub bag?
They
with
should.
Those? You know what I mean?
If you drop like
a DJ equipment,
yeah, they should just buy you a fucking Halloween bag of candy.
Yeah, I do love Sweetwater. I really do love Sweetwater.
No, Sweetwater. No, if you buy something from Sweetwater like once a year just to like replace a mic cord, it is a lot. But when I got it, I remember I told you I got drunk on Thanksgiving one year and I was like, should I get an electric?
But why?
Because I wanted an electric drum kit. Because I want to forget my past. It numbs the pain, Pat. I feel less. No, so I got that electric drum kit and Sweetwater calls me up in the next couple days.
Yeah.
And then they're like, hey, so here's the thing. You got the electric drum kit. You got the financing. Because of the time I ordered the kit, they were like, you're actually, just because like if I put the order in right now, you're going to get less months of, I forget the specifics, but you're going to get less months of financing. Would you like it if I waited till the new year so you could have longer financing? I go, that's exactly what I want. That's amazing.
That's what I want.
Yeah.
That's what, like, I've never gotten, like, I've gotten mics. I think I got that camera through Sweetwater. I got my Zoom camera, a couple different things through them. And I'm like, bigger purchases. I mean, where it's like, not just guitar strings. And I do appreciate them following up and at least saying like, thanks.
Especially, if you get something that's more than just like, oh, I got mic cords.
Yeah. But like, and I do appreciate the consistency with it.
It'd be funny, though. How are the mic cords, Pat? Slurs coming through loud and clear, Bob.
God. You should check it out. And just like have just something queued up that's just the worst sounds of it. But I just feel like I appreciate it, but I also wish that they would have that thoroughness with like knowing, hey, this guy fucking hates it when we call him to just ask him about his order. Like it just feels like you're gonna try to sell me something else. But like that call. But that's the call I love. Like that's why I'll never ever like rail against them. I'll never ever not use them, and I'll never not suggest them.
You got to remember though, some of that might be
that guy probably got fired.
Well, no, some of that might be like an understood paranoia from how shitty other companies are. Yeah. Where you're just like dealing with Sweetwater, like they're gonna fuck me, and Sweetwater's like, no, we're just actually just being helpful.
We're just asking if you want an extra free mic. We had one here, and we saw that you bought this.
Like, don't try to fuck me.
Here, stop. Leave me alone, Todd.
Leave me alone. Why? But why, Sweetwater? Why? All right, let's talk about Rush Hour. I'm gonna piss my pants.
That's real gross, man. I'd rather you didn't.